Hello, friends, and good morning. Well, as you can see, I am not in the IMS Retreat Center meditation hall. I'm still at home. The intention was to be in the hall today, but we have a car in the garage, and I thought it would be back for some repairs. I thought it'd be back by today, but it's not. And my wife has to take the other car somewhere this morning. So here I am. And such a great teaching. Don't worry, we'll get to gratitude. But this idea of intention. So we can intend to be mindful, we can intend to be kind, we can have all sorts of wholesome intentions, which are very good. These are this is where our karma is made up of, right? Intention. The Buddha said, intention, I say, is karma. So it's the intention behind what we do or say that gives it its karmic flavor or imprint, right? If it's a wholesome intention, then wholesome karma, unwholesome intention, unwholesome karma. But intention is just one variable or condition, right? Things are conditioned, sankharas arise when the conditions come together and are favorable for that thing to arise. So intention in terms of ourselves is one condition. So if we have, say, the intention to be kind, okay, so that's a condition that is supportive for kindfulness to arise. But there are all sorts of other conditions that come into play at any given moment, including, how well we're digesting our food, or how well we slept the night before, or people's behaviors in our environment, all sorts of things, millions of other conditions. And if they, along with the intentions, say, in this case, to be kind, come together and support that, kindness will happen. But if those other conditions kind of overweigh, they're too much, right? There's too many conditions for unkindness, and they cancel out that intention for kindness. Then we're going to act unkindly. So intention to be in the hall. Good intention, but the truth is that alone isn't enough, right? There are other factors at play, such as in this case, I guess the part didn't come in and at the time they thought it would, and they couldn't, do the repair, and that's outside of our control. And so while there is intention, the other conditions didn't line up for that intention to come to fruition. So Dharma teaching in, the car not coming back from the mechanic. And if we have the eyes to look, if we've trained ourselves and have the intention to look in this way, every moment, doesn't matter what happens, every single moment of life manifesting is an opportunity to see the Dharma. We don't have to be sitting with our eyes closed. Every moment has that possibility if we engage in that moment with that lens or that view or that intention to see, what is the teaching here? Okay, little tangent. Gratitude. We can start where we are. Wow, gratitude that, and I'm going to talk more about this another day, so I'm not going to go into it today, but it's very interesting, at least in my mind. Gratitude and privilege. Wow. How do those two intertwine, and how do we hold those? Interesting. So gratitude that we actually have a second car, that my wife actually can go to this appointment she needs to go to because the other car is in the garage. Hugely grateful for that. don't want to take that for granted. Gratitude of the lovely fire we have in the wood stove about 15 or 20 feet off to my right. Yeah, gratitude, grateful for that warmth on a cold winter day. We can just start right where we are, right in this moment, with what's happening right now in our lives. And if we have the intention to look for gratitude, it'll be found. So let's go ahead and see what we can find for gratitude in the formal practice. Settling into the posture. And as I kind of lean into gratitude right in this moment, remembering and connecting with grateful for what's present, but also grateful for what's not present. So right now, there's no really strong pain in my body. And I can be, and am grateful for that. Grateful that my back isn't out because it has been at other times in my life, and that I can actually sit. Thich Nhat Hanh talked about this in terms of a toothache. Like, you're not grateful for, if we're not practicing, we're often not grateful for not having a toothache until we have one, and then it stops. As we sink into the body, feeling the body, grateful for this remarkable vehicle, this body that takes us through this life. All one has to do is even just start contemplating the body and how it functions and what it does just for a moment, and just overwhelmingly incredible. And we can be grateful that we are so connected to this organism. Grateful for the time and the space to put things down and do this part of the practice, this silent, quiet, still part of the practice. We'll talk more about this again another day, but here's where we start intersecting privilege. Perhaps grateful for the practice itself. That we have these teachings that point and support, point towards happiness and support us in moving towards happiness, unconditional happiness. The final resting place of the heart and mind. As we settle into the body, feeling its sensations, and this natural connecting with the breath, felt within the body, as part of the body, the sensations associated with the breath, not separate from the sensations in the rest of the body. And we can be grateful that that next in-breath is there, comes in, the oxygen does what it needs to do, and this sentient life form stays animated, alive for another few moments. Another few moments to practice and develop mindfulness, wisdom, and compassion. Maybe the body begins to calm, breath calms with it. Maybe there's some moments of awareness of that calm, a little bit of body-mind unification around calm, and we can be grateful for that. It's quite a lovely thing. Maybe there's more restlessness in the body and or mind. Agitation, the mind's busy. And perhaps in noticing that there is some equanimity. It's just how it is right now. Busy mind is like this. Restless body is like this. And we can be grateful for that equanimity, the non-agitation, the non-reactivity inherent in equanimity. How lovely to be responding to experience in this way. And then today I'd like to add the moment of returning from the mind-made world. Being grateful that we wake up. Grateful that we're not trapped in that world. Even if it's a pleasant one, a pleasant fantasy, would we really want to spend the rest of our life there? Would we really want to be confined to that level of agitation? Because that's what's present when we are lost in a pleasant fantasy. It's actually agitating, the excitement of it, the wanting, is subtly or maybe not so subtly agitating. And then how much more so when we wake up from an unpleasant world that we've made with our mind, filled with fear, anxiety, doubt, rage. Practicing and cultivating gratitude right at the wake up moment. Which supports gratitude, but also as a kind of bonus. If we're grateful for that wake up moment, at least for the moments that gratitude is present, judging and self berating is not present. You can feel into that. May we remember, be mindful to look at the world, at our life, through the lens of generosity, gratitude. As always, whatever we practice on the cushion, standing, whatever, the bench, we can practice and should and need to practice in in other arenas in our life. So gratitude can be, you can hold an intention for it, and then kind of when you remember, oh, what am I grateful for right now? So you can kind of do it that way. You can bring in more structure if you work well with structure and find that that supports your practice. You know, every evening I'm going to write down 3 things, or I know some people will do it with a Dharma buddy, a phone call or writing or email or whatever, and whether it's daily or weekly, and talk to each other around what they're grateful for. Or any other kind of, you know, structure that you bring in to support that part of the practice. Okay, however you do it, wish you many grateful moments today, because it really is quite a nice space to be in when we are in that place of gratitude. And tomorrow we will foray into this intersection of privilege and gratitude, and how do we hold that, etc. I wish you well till then. And again, the intention is to be in the hall tomorrow, and we'll see if the conditions line up to make that happen. Okay, bye-bye, take care.